Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Y'all, we got a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about, a lot to get into, okay? So I guess Ice Spice is dissing Barty. Yeah, we gonna talk about Ice Spice, cause for real. Ice Spice is allegedly dissing Barty. Let's just get to it. What did Ice Spice say? She said,
think she pretty, but she's her face. Falling behind like, bitch, pick up your pace. It was funny till I took her place. Her man calling, but I be like, who this? I'm a squishy bitch, I really do this. Light skin, but I'm black, you can pop on my hair.
okay, so it just was weird, okay? Because I guess the lyrics is she thinks she pretty, but she changing her face, falling behind like B, pick up your pace. It was friendly until I took her place. Light skin, but I'm black. You can tell by my hair. Okay, I guess. And this was actually brought up, when the conversation happened where Cardi and Raymonte was going back and forth, and Raymonte was trying to imply that Cardi is in black, right? And when Cardi was speaking about it, like, hey, how come you guys don't say anything about mixed people, other mixed people, but you guys always want to take shots at me, right? And Cardi brought up Ice Spice as a point of reference. Like, you guys don't say nothing about her or nothing like that. She said, same reason why you felt comfortable calling me a Mexican. This is Cardi. Calling me a Mexican when I'm Dominican. I asked you why you feel comfortable calling me a Mexican when Ice and Jerome, Zoe Zaldana, it's hard saying her name, are all Dominicans, but you guys don't ever say anything about that. Basically what Cardi was trying to say. And the Ice Spice had responded, no offense, Barty. It's because I have a Dominican parent and a black one. So she's like, hey, one of my parents are black, so it's a bit different. Whereas with you, it's like you're Dominican on both sides. I guess that's how she felt. I did a whole video breaking down Cardi blackness, talking about Bia and everything. Y'all should watch that. But so this was what people feel as though what led to her saying anything or her dissing Cardi, because Cardi had responded with that infamous, yeah, post my picture, B. Y'all remember that, when Cardi was basically telling her, yeah, why you over here acting like there's an issue, but you're really a fangirl for real. So post the picture that you took with your cameraman of me. You know what I'm saying? So specifically, Cardi said that I think there might be some confusion on what was said. I asked why he feels so comfortable calling me Mexican. I have no Mexican parents. My mom is Trini. She came out of a whole black woman. My father is Dominican. I'm Dominican just like you. I also used other Dominicans as an example because, as you should know, a lot of the time we get get clustered into one because of the language. Also, can you send me that pic you took of me with your camera from Vanity Fair? Thank you. So that's basically what Cardi was saying, like, girl, you a fangirl for real. So people are saying that that's what led to Ice Spice whacking her. Now she just took it, ate it, didn't say anything, and waited till her record was gonna drop, and then whack Cardi. Apparently that's what people are saying. I feel like the reason why she whacked Cardi was because of the Wannabe. I don't know if you guys remember Wannabe, but
I be acting like hoes don't exist. I wake up to new hoes on my dick. I be cute, so I post for a pic. No, they watching, I blow him a kiss. I be acting like hoes don't exist.
So like for me, like, I think that I be cute, so I post for a pic, was reference to the pic. And I believe that that's what she's responding to. But child, it is a mess. Okay, Ice Spice is responding. And I heard that Sexy Red was like, it's given she did it, I'ma do it too. You bees fried. So people are saying Sexy Red is taking subs at Ice Spice, saying, hey, you're fried because you're just trying to copy, trying to get momentum. You try to, bait Nicki Minaj into saying stuff. Nicki saw that and didn't even respond to you. So you're going to the next top girl, throwing shots at Cardi now because Nicki didn't give you any action, allegedly, Child, it's a lot. I don't know why this girl like even chose this time frame. I guess she wants to be respected on a higher level, and hey, since you can't get Nicki Minaj to respond, you're, doing Cardi B now, because at first she was all here for Cardi when the Munch came on a little remix, but now, and then you switch to Nicki, and now Nicki ain't giving you trying to go back to Cardi. You just the opportunist. That's what it's giving me. However, Ice Spice also addressed the whole Nicki thing. She said, we don't have the closest relationship, but we definitely good. We're mutuals, there's no issue, but it's like we're cool, we're cool. But she continues, she says, we had smashed records together. I love us together. I think the world does too. Basically the world. Child, Nicki don't care about the world. And then she talked about Riot. She said, there's been moments where I'm like, F this, F and flip ish over, but we probably have the best working relationship. So she's saying that, hey, they have a working relationship. Nobody believes that, but that's what she's saying. And she tells Rolling Stone that she hopes to one day work with Drake, one of her major inspirations. She said, we talk, but we never really was on some bestie-ish. He's excited for Y2K. So she's saying that. She took a bunch of amazing pictures. I think her pictures was really, really pretty. And then she also says that when Ice Spice on her upcoming album Y2K, in like a new interview with Rolling Stone, she said, I was born into chaos, and I feel like the album sounds very chaotic in a good way. It's also about an aesthetic sensibility that's been creeping into the mainstream for some time, fueled by Gen Z recent fascination with the early 2000s. I think that that's owed to Nicki Minaj. A lot of the girls are going back old school. We just heard the JT album. I talked about JT on my YouTube channel, and JT is definitely flirting with the idea of like old school vibes. So the girls are bringing back the 2000s, the 99s and the 2000s. So it's a thing. And a lot of people are going back. They're like, hey, we're going back into time to get those old songs back, mixing it, getting some, different references. I love that. And then she also talks about Taylor Swift. She says that she didn't just want to be a passenger in her own career. It says that she wanted to be a driver of it. So meaning that she wants to drive her own career. She didn't want to just be a passenger. But she says that, when she was talking about Nicki Minaj, she said we had a smash record together. I told you guys about the Nicki Minaj. But when she was talking about Taylor Swift, she says when Ice Spice talks about how people don't feel like she and Taylor Swift, are really genuine friends, and that Taylor Swift only rocked with her for clout. She said, which is so rude, because why would she not want to be my friend? Like what's wrong with me? Why should I want to be my friend? And people were speaking about the whole situation with her and Nicki, to where, remember the text messages and anything, like all of that. So Ice Spice speaks on her former close friend leaking text messages, in which Ice expressed frustration with contract negotiations with Nicki Minaj for their joint song Barbie World, in an interview with Rolling Stone. So she says she's busy as hell. I don't really think she cares about ish like that coming from a random girl. But what I said in those texts was just in a moment of frustration around contracts negotiations. I could have chose different words, but at the end of the day, regardless of how I felt in the moment, Nicki is still somebody I respect as an artist, and I'm always going to admire everything she's done for me and the culture. So she's like owning up to it, which is weird to me because she's never owned up to it. She's never said that that's what it was. She's never she tried to play us and say it wasn't a real thing, it was all fake, and she tries to tune out the noise and all of that. But when people saw right through it and didn't buy it, then now I'm owning up and all of that.
You have to deal with certain downsides, when stuff gets leaked, like text messages or whatever that aren't necessarily real. Yeah. How do you keep the blinders on and not acknowledge the internet bullshit? Cause it's gotta be tough. It gotta be.
It's sometimes I'm tempted to engage with certain things.
Let me clear this shit up.
Yeah, and so but then I also realized you're gonna just give it legs to grow and run with.
Right. Yeah.
And I think sometimes you can over-explain yourself a little bit. So I just kind of like to just focus on what I can control and what really is what really matters. You know what I mean?
So people were asking her about Lotto, and she said that Ice Spice said, I feel like if we ever spoke and I asked her what's the issue, it'd be like a blank stare. I'd really be she said it'd really be no issue whatsoever, especially from me. Ice says, I can understand a friendly competition, but I just feel like at this point it's a joke that just dragging out, and it's just not even funny. So she's saying that, hey, she's over it. We already know that Lotto's over it, so there really is no more beef with Ice Spice and Lotto. But when it comes down to Ice Spice taking shots at Cardi B, even after Cardi B has said some things in the past, I think it's kind of late. And I don't feel no ways about it. I feel as though like she's just like taking her shots because she feel like shots were taken towards her. And I love me some Barty, but Barty can't be upset because you said what you said about the girl. Now the girl want to say something, and you know Cardi's not having it. Cardi's like on the internet saying these bitches is dumb. You know, I'ma whack all these bitches on because JT took shots. Now Ice is taking shots. She's like, I'ma whack all these bees, and it's just gonna be that on my album, so they just better wait since everybody want to talk about me and blah blah blah, you know. So she's like, hey, we gonna see, and it's crazy, but I want to see what happens. I want to see how this whole situation turns out. But what y'all think about Ice Spice? I think Ice Spice is late in how she handled the entire situation, because when she got around Nicki, she started acting weird, been acting weird with Cardi, was afraid to say she loved Cardi in public. If you like Cardi, you should have been said that you like Cardi, but you was always acting like it was shifty energy because you wasn't trying to offend Nicki Minaj, only for you to get exposed and y'all friendship to be messed up. But that's the story of all the girls and Nicki Minaj, in my opinion. Like, all the girls that are cool with Cardi B and then they get cool with Nicki, all of a sudden they just want to hide that they're cool with Cardi B still, because like, you know, they feel like Nicki's gonna stop giving them that cosign, like loving them or whatever, so they don't want to say nothing, but only for it to be later on, now you and Nicki fell out, because Nicki always falls out with these girls. Then it's like, oh, like we about to fall out, we're not cool anymore, and then you think you could backtrack and hang out with Cardi B. Now with Ice Spice, you dissed Nicki, and Nicki ignored you, paid you dust, and now you're giving that smoke to like at this point giving that smoke to Cardi B, thinking that you'll get a bite, and Cardi B is biting. So I don't know, y'all let me know what y'all think.